She was the baby daughter of the railroad engineer, a gift sent from heaven up above. Each morning bright and early, she would waddle to his bed and gaze upon him with her eyes so gay. She'd cuddle up beside him, kiss her daddy tenderly, and from her baby lips you'd hear her say, I dream that my daddy comes home. When he's gone at night, I'm all alone. Although my mommy's here, I miss my daddy dear. I dream that my daddy comes home. One cold and stormy night, her daddy didn't see the light. There was a wrecking crash heard up above. Her daddy's gone, he'll come no more.
Can you tell me the story of how you guys first met?
How we first met? On a blind date. I wanted to find a nice Mormon girl to go out with. So I happened to know Betty Nelson. We were old friends. She was very nice, and she happened to be in town, and I got to talking to her, and I said, Betty, I'd sure like to be a nice Mormon girl I could go out with. So nothing happened for a couple of weeks. And then Betty says, Wally, I've got you a date with this girl. She's a Mormon, and you'll have to see if you like her. So I went, she was already, Betty and her were at the house already, at their place. And I went there, and she introduced me to Cora, and that started it. We had a blind date, and in the course of the evening, Cora informed me, the man I marry has to take me to the temple. Well, I was not worthy to go to the temple. I didn't tell her that, but I told myself. So we had a couple more dates, and things were just kind of cool. But of course, one thing in there that kind of bothered me, I went with lots of girls when I was going to high school. And I usually kissed them the first night, and especially when I was taking them home. And that was it. Well, I tried to kiss Cora, and she would let me. The first 2 nights that we dated, she would let me kiss her. Man, this is something. I like this. Well, I didn't really get real serious. Then we went to dates and together for a few weeks or maybe a month. And she says, I'm not sure that you're right for me. I'm going to put you on hold. In other words, she didn't want me to call her. She didn't want to date me. She didn't want to see me for a week. She didn't want nothing to do with me for a week. I didn't think much about it, and it didn't bother me much because I wasn't sure she was for me either yet. So the end of that week, we had another date. And we dated off and on until summer. And I don't remember when it was exactly, sometime in the early summer. She put me on hold again for a week. But before the end of that week, I couldn't get myself in a good mood because I wanted to get with Cora. I wanted to get with her. And when I got to get with her that time, I was very happy because she was, without any doubt, the girl I would like to have for my wife.
What was your first impression of Grandpa when you met him?
I thought he was okay.
He would do?
I thought he would, but I had to make sure.
Yes. How long have you been married?
Well, let's see. How long have we been married?
65 plus years.
What was the most memorable part about your wedding day?
Let's see. We got married in the temple in the morning. We were the first couple to get married. And it was hotter than you know what.
Night I graduated from college, Arizona State. It was a college then, it wasn't a university. I asked Cora if she would marry me in the course of the evening, and she said yes. And we had to set a date. We set a date for October 10th because that was her birthday. And then we got to thinking about it, and that was a little bit long to wait. So we moved the date up to August 4th, and that's the date we set, August 4th. And we got married on August 4th by the president of the temple, Mary L. Payne. We were the first couple married that morning, and there were 21 couples married in the Mormon Temple of Mesa on the 4th of August, 1951.
Of course, my mother and father were there. Who else was there?
Oh, some of your brothers
Oh, yes,
and your sister.
yes.
What do you love most about each other?
What I love most? To me, she was a down-to-earth, very nice young lady. She didn't wear a lot of makeup on her face, which I loved. She didn't have on a lot of lipstick, a lot of rouge and powder stuff on her head.
I never wore rouge.
And these appealed to me. And her way she was, it seemed to me she was very sincere, and she was a young lady that was trying to get ahead on her own. She was working a job in the city, and she was trying to do the things that a nice young lady would do. She was very polite and pleased, and she dressed neatly, which I liked. She wasn't a lot of talker. She didn't have a lot to say, but what she said she had thought through evidently, because it was real good stuff when she did talk and she'd say and communicate. She was very nice.
He was a likable person. He wasn't pushy. He just was himself.
Have you guys ever been in an argument?
Nothing serious. Were we ever in any argument?
None that we couldn't solve and that were real serious.
Yeah.
And we always communicated with each other. And whenever I had any ideas about we need to buy this or that, we talked it out first. If we couldn't afford it, we didn't buy it. And we decided that we'd have a checkbook held by one person, and she was the person. And we talked things out before we bought things, especially things pertaining to the house, furniture and stuff like that.
What does love mean to you?
Well, we never messed around and got ourselves into trouble, but we loved each other. Love isn't something that you take for granted. You either love a person or you don't, but you don't carry on an affair when there's nothing there. You're asking.
Well, the way I feel, if I marry a woman because I love her, I didn't marry her to share her with anybody else. And I felt the same way about her with me, because she married me because she evidently loved me. And if she hadn't loved, she wouldn't have married me. So that's the way it was. Marriage is not a 50-50 proposition. Marriage is a 100-100 proposition. Full force on both sides.
How has it lasted that long?
Because of the love we have for each other, the feelings and that we share and strive to do things for each other and not mess around and do other things that we shouldn't be doing. It's been a wonderful life. We've had some sorrow in our family. We've had some times that were not too pleasant, and we've had some good times. We've managed to stay true to each other and do the things we needed to do to make a marriage work. Because when you marry for time and all eternity, that's not just now, this life, that's forever. And when we leave this life, we're still united as one. And we're together forever.
With our marriage in the temple, we knew that when we lost our baby, that we would have her on the other side. That's, I think, the only thing that got us through that phase in our life, is that she wasn't gone forever.
Any life advice or words of wisdom for the next generations?
Well, the only thing I would say is, if you love someone, don't just say it, show it through your love for someone. To show that you love someone, you need to be true to them. You don't need to go around looking for someone else.
Any advice?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I feel that a young couple getting married, starting out, both being innocent of everything, should plan to devote their life to their mate and to whatever the things that go after that.
He's gone where the flowers grow, and he drives his train on rails of solid gold. Well, God up in heaven needs another engineer, but her young and tender heart can't understand. Now she cuddles up to Mommy's breast, so soft and tenderly, and from her baby lips you hear her say, I dreamed that my daddy came home. Now that he's gone, I'm all alone. Although my mommy's here, I miss my daddy dear. I dream that my daddy came home.